Hi, my little angels. Come on in. Everybody, come on in. Come on in. You new people back there too. It's raining out. Come in out of the wet. Come on. I'm so glad to see everybody. Hi, new people. Thank you so much for giving the channel a chance. Please feel free to like it if you do and share it. Comments are amazing. I love your comments, guys. I love knowing what you think. I love interacting with you. So please don't be shy. And definitely please hit that subscribe button below. And my returning people, hi guys. Hi. I see you. And I thank you so much for always coming back. It means so much to me. It really does. And I just wanted to let everybody know we hit another milestone today. We hit 18,000, which it shocks me. I still remember I started the channel. This is another thing we have to talk about. We have 2 birthdays coming up. My channel's birthday is March the 28th, and we're going to have a party. I think I'm going to go live for that. And there might even be a giveaway, guys. A giveaway. Just one, but we might. So yeah. And the other date is May 31st, which is my birthday. And we're going to be doing a birthday party. But for you, not for me. We did this last year, not on my birthday, but a little after. Because so many people wrote to me and told me that they don't celebrate their birthday. And not a win around me, people. No. I'm happy that you were born and you should be celebrated. So every year on my channel, on my birthday, we're going to have a birthday party for you. Okay? We're going to have games. It's going to be a surprise party. We'll decorate. And yeah, we'll wrap and unwrap presents. It'll be great. I promise. And you're all invited. But if you'd like to send me a birthday card, my P.O. box is underneath. And I will be sending you back. We did this at the holidays. I'll be sending you back an Angel on My Shoulder ASMR postcard in an envelope though. And there'll be some stickers. And there will be a tiny metal angel that you can stick in your pocket or on your dresser, wherever, just to remind you that you're never alone, ever. Okay. So I thought this would be a good time. Oh, why was I telling that? Ugh, I can get off on a tangent. Okay, so I remember last year praying, please let me get 100 by my birthday, because I started the channel March 28th. Well, one of the mental health chats took off, and I had 1,000 by my birthday. I was very, very happy. And then around the 9,000 mark, something happened. YouTube promoted one of my videos, the fragrance roleplay, and it just went, and I've gotten so many new little angels that I'm so happy. I love just making our family bigger and bigger, guys. So I'm really kind of hoping, if it doesn't sound too selfish, I'm really hoping we can hit 20,000 by this birthday. So let's keep our fingers crossed. And if we don't, we don't. It's not about the numbers, guys. It's never about the numbers. Never. So this video is to try to help you fall asleep tonight. You know, I don't know where you are here. It's been a rainy, drizzly, dark day. And it's a Tuesday. Although Tuesdays are my favorite TV night. I love Will Trent and I love FBI Most Wanted. Yeah, Dylan McDermott. So, I want to help you try to fall asleep. And I thought we'd do some reading to you tonight. Now, I'm just going to explain it to the new people. So, my returning people, just bear with us for a second, okay? So, new people. Before we do any kind of rest or relaxation, we have a breathing exercise that we do. It's to help train our brain to send the message out to the rest of our body to slow down. And we do this when we want to rest, when we want to relax, when we just need to calm ourselves. And when you just need that moment, You know, when the kids are driving you crazy, or your parents are driving you crazy, or your teachers, or your boss, or everything just seems to be, take a minute for you. This is just for you, okay? And I'll teach you how to do the breathing in just a minute. The other thing I want you to do is, I read books. We're going to read this book tonight, the Chicken Soup for the Soul book, and this is Making Me Time. Me time is not selfish, okay? Me time is what helps us all recharge our tanks so that we're able to give to other people too, okay? So, I read these books because they don't have illustrations. Sometimes I will do illustration books, but this way, you don't even have to look at the screen. You can just listen to me read in a very soft voice and drift off to sleep, okay? So, let's get ready. First thing we do is get your lighting the way you want it. I have my electric candles up there, but you can have a night light, you can have a bright light, you can have a pitch black, you can wear a sleep mask. Oh, there's just one thing you can't do, okay? What's that, my returning people? That's right. They're all saying it at once for you. No lit candles. Not if you're trying to rest and you're trying to sleep. It's dangerous, okay? And you guys matter too much to me. That's your anti-angel talking. Okay. So once you have your lighting the way you want it, I want you to be comfortable. I want you to be in a chair or a couch or a bed or a chaise, a lawn chair, a hammock, cushions on the floor, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Sink into it. Really relax yourself into it. Let every muscle just melt into your cheek. Okay. Now we're going to do our breathing. And how we do it is we breathe in through our nose for a count of 4. And we're going to gently hold it. Just a gentle hold. None of this. Just a gentle hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then breathe out through slowly through pursed lips for a count of 4. If you can only do 1 or 2, you do you, boo. My daughter hates when I say that. But you do what you can. I know you're doing the very best that you can. That's all you need to do, hon. So, shall we all begin together? Let's do it. Through our nose. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Gently hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Out. And when you breathe out, really think about blowing out any toxic negativity, anything that's weighing you down, okay? Let's breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Gently hold it. And out. Good. Last one together. Breathe in. Hold it. And out. Now the next thing we're going to do can be a little controversial. So, my returning people who don't like it, don't do it. Just continue with the breathing, okay? But the new people, you might want to try it, and I do know there's returning people who like it. It can be controversial because it sounds counterproductive. We're trying to relax all our muscles, so it's the clench and release, okay? So I'm going to count to 3, and when I do, I want you to clench every muscle that you have, your jaw, everything. You're going to hold it for a count of 3, and when I say release, let it go. I mean, let it go, okay? But like I said, if that's not something you want to do, just do another set of breathing, okay? So, ready? 1, 2, 3, clench, 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 and let it go, release. There you go. Shake it off, shake it up. Shake it up, shake it. Sorry, I digress. Okay, so I'm going to be looking down because even with the new ring light, I get the glare. Okay, it's a bigger light, but I still get the glare on my glasses. And just so the new people know as well, I never choose a story ahead of time. I open the book because I have faith, And I know I'm going to land on a story that one of you, maybe it's you, needs to hear tonight. Okay, so we might even have time for two, but let's, okay, so let's, okay. All things food. And it always starts with a quotation. And this one is by L.R. Nost. Taking care of myself doesn't mean me first. It means me too. Okay. I was visiting my sister and watched as my 15-year-old nephew Ben emptied the trash without being asked. You're such a great kid, I told him. Thank you for doing that. He smiled. The trash is my job. I'm ATT around here. At my confused look, my sister Mandy explained ATT stood for all things trash. Emptying the trash has always been Ben's job, and sweeping the floor is Anna's job. Whenever some of the trash would spill out onto the floor, they'd argue about whose responsibility it was to clean it up. So we came up with the acronym ATT to solve the problem. If it has anything to do with trash, no matter where it is, it's Ben's job. Okay, that makes sense, I said. I love easy ways to solve common problems. I nodded. A few days later, I was back home with my own family. I had a deadline for a huge project at work, and I was really feeling the pressure. When I picked up my son from school that afternoon, I'd popped into the grocery store to buy a rotisserie chicken for dinner. I figured that could buy me an extra hour to work on my project, since I wouldn't have to cook that night. Now, it was 6 p.m. and I was typing away, making really good progress. My kids were downstairs watching TV. My 11-year-old Nathan came into the den and said, Mom, I'm getting hungry. Can you warm up the chicken now? In a little bit, I answered without looking up from the computer. I'm really trying to work. 10 minutes later, my older son Jordan came in to tell me that he too was hungry and could I please warm up the chicken. I'll do it as soon as I reach a stopping point, I said. 15 minutes after that, my 18-year-old daughter Julia made the same request. I exploded. Every one of you is old enough to put a rotisserie chicken in the microwave, I shouted. You guys are watching TV while I'm working on something important. I would think you would realize I'm busy and just take on some responsibility. 20 minutes later, a paper plate filled with chicken and mac and cheese appeared on the desk next to my computer. I smiled sheepishly at my kids. I'm sorry I yelled at you guys. I'm just so tired of being ATF around here. ATF, they said? All things food. It's my responsibility to plan the meals, shop for the food, cook the food, and then I clean up the dishes afterwards. If it's food related, it automatically falls to me. And since we eat 3 times a day, it's a huge job. I don't want to yell at you guys again, but I am overwhelmed right now, and I could use some help. Julia nodded. We understand, Mom. When's your deadline? In 2 days, and I really don't know how I'm going to finish. Without warning, tears threatened as I started to think about the work I still had to do. Julie looked at her brother. For the next 2 days, the 3 of us are ATF. We're going to leave Mom alone and let's make a plan. I assumed that the plan would be pizza and other takeouts until my deadline was completed. And you know what? It was fine with me. The plan wouldn't meet the pyramid guidelines, but I didn't have time to worry about that. For the next 2 days, my family was on their own. I was taking a much-needed sabbatical from my ATF duties. The next day, when Julia came home from school and her job at the local grocery store, she was carrying multiple bags of food. Her brother helped her carry several more in from the car. In the past, I'd often text her and ask her if she could bring home an item or two, but this was the first time she'd ever done our full weekly grocery shop. An hour later, Nathan literally tiptoed into the den to deliver me lunch. He handed me a paper plate containing a turkey sandwich, some chips, and some apple slices. He smiled. "I hope your work is going well." And he tiptoed back downstairs. Just moments later, he came back with a drink. "I'm so sorry," he whispered again. "I forgot this part the first trip." I laughed, took a bite, and went back to work. That evening, after several productive hours, I could smell something cooking, and it smelled good. Nathan tiptoed in the room and whispered, "Julia sent me to find out if you want to take a break and eat at the table, or if you'd like me to bring it up here." I smiled. "I've gotten a lot done today, so I'm going to come eat at the table." When I sat down to the table, my kids were bustling around the kitchen. My husband Eric came in from work and took in the scene. He smiled at me. "How was your day? And how's your project going?" Over a surprisingly delicious dinner, I told my family how much more I'd accomplished that day because I didn't have to think about anything but my work project. "Thank you so much for handling all the food today," I said to the kids. "It was a huge help." The next day was much the same. Nathan delivered breakfast and lunch to me at the computer. And then, to my utter delight, I typed the last words of my project at 3 p.m., finishing hours earlier than I thought I would. I went downstairs feeling lighter than I had in weeks. "I'm done, Jules," I said. She congratulated me with a hug. "Since I'm finished, I can make dinner tonight." She shook her head. "Nope, you've earned a break. Go read or take a walk." My mouth dropped open, but I wasn't arguing. I curled up in the bed with a novel I'd wanted to read for months. It felt divine. 3 luxurious hours later, Nathan knocked on my door. "Dinner's ready," he said. As I enjoyed a second dinner, I didn't have to cook. My kids admitted that they had no idea how much work it was to keep our family fed. "ATF is a huge job," Jordan said. "There were 3 of us, and it was still a lot of work." "Mom, we decided that no one person should be all things food. I'm going to start doing the shopping, and the boys are going to take over doing the dishes." "Oh, well, that leaves me with the actual cooking, which is the part I like," I said. Our new plan to divide the ATF duties is working well. While I'm not proud that I screamed at my kids, I'm glad that I finally asked for help. I always felt that it was my job as a mom to take care of my family, but they showed me that it's our job to take care of each other. Sharing the load has given me more time to read and rest, and taking care of my own needs makes me a better mom, no matter who cooks the dinner. Diane Stark. I like that because it is part of a team.